when you interact with someone, you learn a lot. Your mind is aware. Your body feels better. It really do feel better than getting up in the morning and having nowhere to go but sitting in one place. And when I come here, I get to do a lot of activities. I can even go into the adult and do some activities if I want to. My hands are moving. My mind is moving. I'm meeting people. I'm communicating. And that means a lot. You got to have that in your life.
That was Barbara Kimbro. Barbara's a longtime member of the Nashville community and 54 lifelong learning centers. She's helped us learn about navigating life with a disability, all the while raising children and grandchildren. Barbara's committed to giving back and helping others by serving as an All of Us Research Program ambassador.
We're glad you joined us to hear these inspiring stories from older adults, people who have so much experience and words of wisdom to share, but are sometimes overlooked in society today. I'm Sally Hussey, the CEO of 50 Forward, a Nashville-based nonprofit. Our mission is to support, champion, and enhance the lives of those 50 and older.
And I'm Susan Sizemore, your guide through these beautiful conversations with those who are living life to the fullest and who know how to squeeze the day in their second chapter of life. Now, in my second chapter and encore career, I'm following my passion for sharing the stories of older adults with you and with the world. If you like what you hear, please rate and follow Squeeze the Day on your favorite podcast platform. Today's Squeeze the Day is brought to you by the All of Us Research Program from the National Institutes of Health. Learn how you can help change the future of health by participating in the program. Visit www.joinallofus.org to learn more. Let's learn how Barbara finds sunshine even in the darkest situations to squeeze the day. Welcome, Barbara.
Thank you.
So, Barbara, you're a peer ambassador for the All of Us Research Program. Can you tell us a little bit about that program?
Yeah, I get to go out and introduce the program to different people that I know, different organizations. Where I live is at Tribeca Towers. I get to tell them about the program, about how to join the program, just give my opinion about it and how I feel about it. I'm really enjoying it because I'm really learning a lot from different people and meeting a lot of new people that I would never get to meet.
So tell us a little bit about the program itself and about how it will benefit you and others.
It benefits others to help them to know about how to get on a research program, how to learn more about their disabilities. We had a series about diabetes, and I talked to a lot of people about their diabetes, and I showed them charts and how to go on the website to find out, get more information about it, and how to learn more how to take care of themselves with their diabetes, like programs, like nutrition classes, a lot of different stuff like that. And it helps me because I was born with RA, and we did an assessment on RA, rheumatoid arthritis in general, and I found out a lot of things. I know how to get more information about my disability by going online.
So we're located in Nashville, Tennessee, and Vanderbilt is not only a research partner, but tell us about the doctors at Vanderbilt and how the All of Us Research Program and kind of digging into data about individuals will help future generations.
I think it will help future generations by letting them know how to, like my grandchildren, when they have their kids, they can understand how my disability came about. And they can go back and put up research just to show them. Young people, you have to show them, you can't tell them anything. So you have to show them data and everything, how I can skip a generation. I really didn't want to share this, but I will. I had lost one grandchild, and we found out that my grandchild would have been disabled when she was born. When I was born, they didn't know about RA. I mean, they knew about it, but it wasn't more research on it. And first I thought I had MS. They didn't think I had RA. But when Vanderbilt did more research, they could tell my parents exactly what my disability was. And that was kind of unusual because I'm 66 years old. During that time, it wasn't a lot of information out there about, being born with RA.
It's interesting, too, for you to share that not only thinking about how much time has passed and science has moved forward, but also the fact that a child can be born with rheumatoid
Yeah.
arthritis. You picture that with older individuals maybe, but you've lived with arthritis and rheumatoid arthritis your entire life.
Yes, I have. I was 6 when I diagnosed me, when I was 6 years old. And I was at Vanderbilt Rheumatology Clinic. And my doctor, Dr. Arthur Brooks, he was like really the first person at Vanderbilt to even have any experience in this field. And that was kind of weird because Vanderbilt's like, like, come on. You go to Vanderbilt to find out what's really wrong with you before you go to any other hospital. Because they do have a good research team. They have a very good team to help you, find out what's really wrong.
Yeah, it's good to know that you had a doctor that understood and knew what you were dealing with, but dealing with it for 60-some years, that's a lot. Have you ever been involved in other research programs in the past?
Yes, I just had about 2 years ago, I was involved in a research program that deal with minorities having high blood pressure and all that. I got it through my PCP at Vanderbilt. She recommended me to the team. And I just did some lab work to see, did I have that. I did have a trace of it, but I had enough to get some data and stuff on it.
So what would you tell other people about being involved in a research program?
I would totally encourage you to do that. If you really want to know what's really going on with you, you will find out a lot more information about it. And the data is wow. It's just, something that you will never think about if you weren't involved with a research program. You'll find out about more medication, more treatment, and more how to deal with it.
I want to share something else about you, too. You're a passionate volunteer, and I'm curious, what makes you enjoy volunteering so much?
I like people. I like helping people to understand about what's out there for them. I mean, we wouldn't know anything if we did not have all of us. I mean, seriously, we really want to know what's going on, the programs, which you can sign up for to find out what's really, like you have high blood pressure or something in your blood that we can correct, that we can talk to our doctors about. I love being around and knowing about different things. And I love finding out about different things a part of your life. Could really help. I mean, this really helped a lot of people.
And that's so important, too, not only because, you're driven by people and you love being engaged with other people, but I love the fact that you mentioned lifelong learning. Tell us about that and tell us about some things that you've learned recently that have just really been, such aha moments for you.
Oh, gosh, there's so many, I learned more about how to control my disease. I learned brain disease was a part of RA. I didn't know it was a part of RA. Because of the RA, I can't move like everybody else do. And when you're in a certain position, the flow of your legs are not normal. So it sets up like a pressure thing on your skin. But I wouldn't know anything about that if I wasn't a part of all of us. I really wouldn't. This program showed me how to go in and find out things that I want to find out and how to research it and how to, get more information on it and something I can know what people are talking about when I go to the doctor.
We discussed the All of Us Research Project and you being a peer ambassador, but you're really a part of that program because of 50 Forward. And as a longtime 50 Forward member, I'd like to know why it's so important to be involved and engaged as we age.
It helps you to feel accomplished, like you're accomplishing something, like you're involved with people, you know about things. And 50 Forward, if I wasn't a part of this program, I would be at home doing nothing. I mean, I'm probably doing something, but not really out in the community. And as you get older, you have to be involved with people. You have to communicate with other people. And the program they have here for daycare, it's awesome. I'm always recommending people to come and join the center, but also have different parts of the center they can bring their family, bring their parents. Who, in today's world, we have to work. There's no getting around it. We have to work, but we get afraid because, we have a parent at home, but we got an organization here that we can bring to parents. They have opportunities to learn about different things, different activities. Our program here, that's been another part of the program at the center. We have so many programs at the center. It's just you have to come out. You have to come out and find out. But I have a lot of people in both sides, my side and in adult day care. I do a home health. I have a lady come out, do my house, and I was telling my caseworker about my center. And she said, okay, I'm going to look into that because she have a lady that needs something to do, somewhere to go. And then she did look into it. So this center really helps a lot of people in a lot of different parts of their lives because at least they come here, they know where their parents are, they know where their adults are, and they're interacting with people. When you interact with someone, you learn a lot. Your mind is aware. Your body feels better. It really do feel better than getting up in the morning and have nowhere to go but sitting in one place. But when you're here, your hands are moving. So I have RA really bad in my hands. And when I come here, I get to do a lot of activities. I can even go into the adult and do some activities if I want to. My hands are moving. My mind is moving. I'm meeting people. I'm communicating. And that means a lot. You got to have that in your life. I don't want to sound like corny, but but really, Miss Kelsey, and like I said, I know been on you for a very long time, and Mr. Keith, y'all really keep me moving. Y'all keep me interested in things, and I really appreciate y'all help by calling me to ask me to go to sites, to sit in on things, sit on meetings, give my opinion about things. I really appreciate that.
So I appreciate you sharing all of that, Barbara, because it really helps put into perspective the fact that older adults need a place to go or benefit from engagement with other people. And there are senior centers or lifelong learning centers or whatever any community calls them in every community across the nation. And it's important not only to think about the fact that it's an opportunity to enjoy and learn new things, but it's also an opportunity to grow and to expand your resources and to grow in both mind, body, and spirit. And you did such a fabulous job of talking about that. One thing I want to ask you about is technology usage. Tell us a little bit about that and how technology benefits you.
Oh gosh, I'm not really good with that, but we had a class that I joined for computers, learning how to log on and everything. I knew a little about it, but I got more involved with it when I had the class. It really helped. It helped me to understand how to search my emails, how to edit, because I really didn't know what edit really means. So I definitely found that out. And especially when you have to log in. Hey, me and my password, we still having a problem with that one. But I'm finding an easy way to do it. And I have the instructor here is really nice to me. They understand because of my hands, I have certain limitations that I could, type and stuff. But I love the program. I love learning. And my son loves it too. And he tell you thank you. So I don't have to call him every 5 minutes.
So I'm curious about home health too. Do you use technology at all for home health? I know during COVID that became a reality for many people.
Oh, yeah. I love Miss Georgina because she really, really got me on a lot of programs. I mean, I was at Everybody's Center. I did a program at Everybody's Center during that time. Even I did a program, this lady was in Florida. She had an exercise class, and then I did an art class online. Hey, without technology, I would not know anything. I mean, it would be really wild. I wouldn't know what to do, And during the pandemic, hey, it saved my life. I mean, it really did. And Georgina got me into a lot of good programs online. I was really happy.
I love your energy too. You're always smiling and eager to advocate for others. Where does that drive originate?
Because I had a lot of people in my life had really helped me to my doctors at Vanderbilt, my caseworkers, they got me involved with a lot of things. And my family always encouraged me to go out and do stuff. I had lost my brother in 2019, and he introduced me to 54. It was out in North Nashville. And Elizabeth Center was the first place I ever went to. That's when I say, when you go to these places, you get to talk to people. You get to find out different places. The lady that I met was a grandmother in the grandmother's program, and she was telling me about it. She said, why don't you, get together, and they have a center over where I moved. I live from North Nashville over here to Rains Avenue. I just, talk to people. I find out what was going on. My brother helped me because my son decided to live in Dixon, and he didn't want me to be at home doing nothing. And I just really was happy when I first went to Elizabeth Center. But I moved on this side of town, and I had a lady that lived in Tribeca. She was coming to the center, and she invited me here, and I just been here ever since. I have a lot of good friends here. I think I go on every trip and go to every center. Every center, I can dance and probably tired of them, so.
Well, I doubt that's the case, but
I just continue going. I love being around the people.
if this conversation is motivating you to squeeze the day, learn more about getting involved in your home community, to deliver food, to volunteer, or to just get active. If you'd like to learn more, visit 54.org. That's FIFTYFORWARD.org. There's so much to gain by helping others. Now, let's get back to our show. I'd love to talk a little bit about transportation challenges, and not just here in our fair city, which is growing by leaps and bounds, but what would you like others to know about mobility and transportation challenges for those with disabilities?
It is hard, bottom line. So we really need more people like the mayor and governor to really help people with transportation problems to get good transportation problems. I mean, now I ride SS Ride, which I think is really cool. And they have different parts. They have issue with the cabs, have cab companies, they have mobility, wheelchair access now. But other counties like Dixon and Wilson County, they don't have that. They have an organization like this, it would be hard for them people to get there because they can't get there if you're in a wheelchair. Because most people in wheelchairs don't have manual wheelchairs to get there. Have wheelchairs like I have. You have to have a special bus to, get them there and bring them back home. And it's costly, it really is, but sometimes, maybe in the future we can find a better way to help with the costs.
Yeah, I've heard stories about some of our members being left here well into the evening after we close.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard stories about a vehicle coming to pick someone up, but they didn't have the right kind of vehicle to put maybe a wheelchair in. And the list goes on. And the one thing that I have to say about most of the folks that I've had these conversations with internally is the patience you show without getting truly angry over the situation that you're dealing with. It's just really inspiring to me.
Well, thank you. But, we have to get out. So
Yeah.
sometimes you don't have a choice, we don't have a choice. And we have to be patient. And I have been left. I have really been left. I have had vehicles show up that, hey, good way, can I get in that car? So it's just a lot. And I can understand sometimes when you're dealing with SSY, it's not so much that you're trying to do that. It's just have an overload. It gets really hard.
Mm.
And sometimes the vendors that you work with are not cooperating. They don't want to take time to really read the manifest and read what you're sending them. But it's worth it. If you want to get out, if you want to socialize and you have to go to the store. Like, I live by myself and I can order from Amazon, but I really like going shopping and doing my own, picking up my own groceries, and shopping on my own. That's what we have to deal with. It's like you having a car. If you have to make sure the car is burning, you have to make sure you get good people to take care of the car, and they can get frustrated because you can run into some people that, hey, you don't know what you're doing. What are you doing with my car? So on both ends, it's patient. You have to have patience.
Yeah, that's a great point. I want to talk a little bit about your family and roots. Tell me about your kids, and I understand you've got grandchildren too?
Yes, I have 3 grandchildren. I have an Isaiah who's 18 in college now. I have an Elijah who just turned 15. He played football. He's still at home. And I have a Nehemiah that is 12. All my kids have been homeschooled. They live in Dixon and White Bluff.
Mm.
So they have been homeschooled. And I have a son. He's typical male, But he's a good guy. He really is. He works at the water company in Dixon.
Okay.
My family, we are originally from here, from Tennessee. I was raised and born in North Nashville. I went to school there. I graduated from Pearl High. I went to area vocation. That's when I could get up and move a lot better. And God, Jesus had really blessed me before I can be able to get a job and working for a little while and raise my son. I took a degree in doing child care. My first job was at Bethlehem Center. I was an aide. I had already been an aide. That's when I could move better. But my doctor told me that if I would continue working, I had to sit down because my legs were getting worse.
How old were you when that happened?
I was in my late 30s, maybe early 40s.
Okay. So rumor has it that you have a grandson who's quite a football player. And does that make...
Yeah.
Are you a fanatic?
Now, I don't know anything about football. I'll just fake it, okay? I'll fake and say, oh, yeah, that's cool, it's cool, But he understands. He really understands.
Is he homeschooled, but he still's on a football team?
No, I have one homeschool. It does play football. But Isaiah, he's in college, and he played for his college team. I really need to know the name of school. I'm sorry. But both of them play football right now.
Okay, very cool. And to have a college football player, that's even cooler.
Oh, yeah, he's cool. He's cool.
Now I have a speed round of questions that I wanted to ask you. Is there something you've yet to accomplish that's on your bucket list?
Oh, I want to fly on a plane. I want to do an airplane ride.
Okay. Do you have a favorite hobby?
I knit on a loom.
On a loom. Okay,
Yes.
Very cool. And what would you tell your younger self?
I would encourage my younger self to keep more active when I was younger. I mean, after I raised my son and he moved out, I think I didn't really get depressed, but I let my disability kind of take a little more control. I didn't do it on purpose, but it just, happened that way. But I take my younger self to keep moving a lot more.
That's good advice.
I mean, I did a pretty good job, but, at certain times in your life, it's hard to keep moving. It really is.
Well, and especially if you're in pain all the time, I can
Yeah.
understand that too. So, as a nonprofit serving older adults, one of our values is to ensure that every interaction, regardless of the difficulty, is met with kindness and empathy, giving hope to those who think they're alone in the world. How does that statement resonate with you?
I think I'm a bonus because I have an ability to communicate better with people. People seem to want to talk to me about stuff. I have no idea why. I mean, seriously, I don't. I think that's my bonus. I'm a listener. And I can communicate with most people older and really most people in difficulties because I've been there. I've been in that situation. I'm a single mom. I had to raise my son by myself, which people look at me and wonder, are you sure you're mom? Yeah, I got the scars to prove it. Yeah, I definitely. Yes, I'm a bonus in this world because I know how to communicate. I know how to listen. And I understand where people are coming from.
That's beautiful. And that's really important to be able to be a good listener.
Oh, yeah, you have to be.
So I've got a couple questions that we ask all of our guests. What is one piece of advice that either your parents or an older adult might have shared with you that at the time you thought, that was really silly, but it rings true in your everyday life today?
Oh, my mother. Now, my mother was a really good woman, right? She had 3 other kids, my brother and my other 2 sisters. And she had me as to raise a disability child. But she always told me that regardless of what you can do, find a way to do it. I mean, it's hard for me to basically get up and clean up my house. But I know how to organize myself. Even my chair is very important to me because I can go and take maybe 1 load of clothes. They don't have to be all over the floor, to be more of an organizer. She really taught me. And it really helped me to get along when my aide is not around with me. When I don't have people around, I know how to kind of keep my space clean.
And what is it, Barbara, that you do to squeeze the day?
Oh, man, I come here all the time. But when I'm home on the weekend, I look at movies and I do my knitting. Tribeca, we have a community center and community area we meet at, and I go down and talk to my friends, talk about the center and talk about the organization. I got a lot of people from my towers join the center. I really have, and they really love it. My tower's kind of mad because they're not there, so. But I just, go around and communicate with people and show them what I'm doing. because they don't know where I'm at 3 days a week. And now they know where I'm at 3 days because they're here.
That is so cool. Very nice. And thank you for being such a good ambassador and a fisher of men and women. It seems like you do that very easily.
Thank you. I appreciate that, really.
So I want to thank you for joining us today. Your story is so inspiring and reinforces that challenges can become opportunities. We can learn so much from one another, and certainly from the experience of those in their second chapter of life. Squeeze the Day is made possible through listeners like you. If you enjoy this podcast, please help us continue to share inspiring stories of older adults and visit 54ward.org. That's FIFTYFORWARD.org to make a contribution. Now, as I leave you today, I'm sending you all a big squeeze. Until next time.